What is up, people? Slip and Dip Podcast back at you again. Matt Wells. He's Kendrick Johnson over there. Man, UFC 212 was a hot card, man. Let's get into it, man. I'm ready to get this show on the road.
I feel good. Once again, add to that sparkling prediction record yet again. I know you were shocked. Half of the MMA world was shocked. But who told you what was going to happen last week? It's a young man's game. Speed kills. And oh yeah, Max Holloway's a little bit hungry. And he went to Brazil, chopped off that head. That's Jose Aldo. Great champion, but the game's passed him by. I think he's done as a champion.
As a champion?
As a champion.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that to hang him up. But and no, please do not go to boxing. That's what got you knocked the fuck out last night. Do not go to boxing because he made simple mistakes that you can't do in a boxing. I mean, he might win a fight or two. I'm not trying to say he's a good enough athlete, but this whole about him going to be a boxer and win a championship, maybe a Brazilian championship, not no real sanctioned body one. But enough about Jose. The man of the night was Max Holloway. I won't say it went quicker than I thought it was going to go because I thought it was going to go to decision, but he's just going to beat him up for 5 rounds. Actually went quicker than I thought it was, but him getting knocked out the way he did, the 0-1-2, nice. Once that door's open, which Conor McGregor opened a year and a half ago, Max Holloway just walked through it.
I think
so it happened.
I think it was more so the fact that obviously the skills are there for both of them, right? To where both could win the fight, and that's what made it such a hard fight to pick. I mean, you went on our last episode. Yeah, on the last episode, you were talking about the age angle and everything like that, which I didn't necessarily agree with. But I think the major difference was, as the fight started to play out, Jose was very aggressive, right? He was landing some nice combos on Max. He had Max hurt there for a minute.
First round had me nervous. First round he came with that 3-piece, but he weathered the storm and he showed he got a solid chin.
Yeah, but towards the end, was it the end of the first round or the end of the second round? When Max Holloway started taunting him.
But Aldo will start breathing that gas a little bit.
It was the taunts for me that got him because Max started getting into his head a little bit, and then Jose was like, oh, wait, hang on, I'm not hurting this guy. At least that's what it looked like to me.
Because we both watch enough fights. If you see somebody 9-5 at that level, when you're talking about the prelims, you don't want to know about taking prelims, but that level, when somebody stands right in front of somebody, they drop their hands. 9 times out of 10, they know something that the other person didn't want them to know. Just like on the other hand, we see somebody that's all of a sudden is a major wrestler, they trying to be a striker, or Conor McGregor, a la Nick Diaz won, all of a sudden he tries to shoot, he want to wrestle, because they don't got no answer in their regular game. To me right there, I knew he had it. When he started doing that, like this man got us figured out. When he started dropping the hands and taunting them, he knew something that we didn't. We were soon going to find out.
Yeah, and I think it was like the immediate feel out process that they wanted to get through. Like, let's make sure.
Off basically in the first round. That's how confident he was. That's crazy.
I don't know if that was just taking it off. I think that was more so like, let's see what Jose's got. Let's see what he's going to be throwing at me. Let's see what type of technique he's going to be throwing. Obviously, a lot of people thought Jose Aldo would be going to the leg kicks, which is his most powerful tool in his whole arsenal is the leg kicks. That's how he's won so many fights over his career.
Yeah, but he hasn't done that in the last 2 or 3 fights.
Yeah, he did break his foot. He did have a broken foot, I think.
He hadn't done that about a year. Probably since the first Mendez fight, has he been throwing a lot of kicks.
Yeah, and that's what made Jose Aldo. You look back to those Uriah Faber fights where he turned his...
told me straight up he couldn't walk for 3 weeks. I've asked him about that in our private conversation. He's like, man, it's the only time after a fight that I wish I went to the hospital, man. It's like, he couldn't walk for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because Jose Aldo's most powerful tool in the bag he did not use. And he was successful with the striking, like with his punches, he was successful early. But then Max Holloway figured out, oh wait, I can take this dude's punch. He's not hitting me with anything I haven't really seen before. Yeah, he caught me once pretty good, but I was able to weather that storm, get back in there. Okay, now it's time to have some fun. Let's loosen up a little bit. Let me get the Diaz taunt going. Let me get right in your face like this. And then get that taunt going. And then Jose Aldo was just kind of still standing there like he always does. He keeps his form tight. But
it was good exchanges.
Yeah, they were good exchanges. But then, like, once Max started doing the taunts and Jose didn't do anything, like, immediately to kind of acknowledge that ain't going to fly in my cage, Like that's when I knew Max was taking over the fight.
That and Jose Aldo's one of the best counters in MMA. He the counter got countered last night. That's another thing. He had no answer for that. Because people talk about, not to flip gears, why what made Floyd Mayweather was so great is because he had A, B, C, and D plan. Aldo might have had an A plan, he might have had a B plan, but he didn't have a C plan. And when he was getting countered, he's like, oh shit, this youngster's about that life.
Yeah, man. And do you think that the stoppage was good? Because, or do you think it came a little bit too late?
We had that's I'm just saying that's a premature. So we had worse stoppages on the night. I think he gave him a chance.
Yeah.
With all everything he's done, he was in Brazil. What had happened earlier, he wanted to make sure. Like, but I think one of those punches woke him up. I think he was out when he mounted him the first time and threw 2 punches. Because he stopped and then he hit him again and kind of woke him up.
Yeah, that's true. But man, he took a lot of damage on the ground, man. I was kind of concerned because I was like, man, Jose is too tough for his own good. I mean, like, you got to put him completely out because he's not going to be the type to give up, you know? And I mean, really, I'm kind of staying that just based on, like, fights way back when you see him weather the storm of, like, some of the opponents. But, like, we've never seen him in that position before. But he did show miles and miles of heart, man, because he just kept eating punches, kept trying to get out a full mount, kept trying to roll around, kept trying to stave off that stoppage.
10 years and not have no heart.
Yeah,
but with
man.
that being said, though, how old is he? How many miles is on that body?
There's a lot.
And most importantly,
a lot of miles.
That chin got exposed a year and a half ago. That's really the main difference. Had he not fighting Conor McGregor, I still think he lose, but I think he goes the whole 5.
Yeah, man. I think now that we know, obviously Conor checked his chin, knocked him out cold. Max Holloway went out there, put a horrific beating on him in that 3rd round. Like, man, like I felt bad for the dude. Did you see that picture that I think it was Esther Lynn took it from MMA Fighting? She took just a picture as he was exiting the cage and he's just kind of looking down.
Oh, did you see like start crying? Like, you know, and they were like, and well, he said, and now. It's the first time I heard that one. He didn't say and noob since he was already a champion. He said, and now, and my man was just like straight cry. Like, I think he was crying worse than he was for the Conor fight. And that's hard to do. He got physically beat down this one. Conor was a mental breakdown. The hill was in physical, and he was in his backyard, so he was hella embarrassed.
Oh yeah, of course he was embarrassed. I mean, the fight, like everything about that fight said you should win that if you're Jose Aldo. You got it in your hometown, the support of the crowd. Brazilian crowds are the best crowds in all of mixed martial arts. Like, they go crazy.
I gotta see.
They go crazy.
I'm gonna Rio myself.
Yeah, I got to get out there, man. We got to get out there for a UFC card for sure. They just get so loud. Like, from the very first fight of the night, even when you see a whole bunch of empty seats, the Brazilians that are there, even though it may be like, I don't know, like 500 of them in the crowd, they get so loud that it seems like it's a full arena the whole time.
And they don't chant for everything. So they got damn chant for every damn fighter had their own personalized chant. It seemed like there was a Brazilian fighter and they be like in unison.
I
like chant practice or something.
They might gather on the weekends on a Sunday morning and practice chants. I don't know, but I like the one they had for Jose Aldo. Jose.
It was kind of like the Conor McGregor, but it was like the Brazilian version.
Yeah, exactly, man. They had some nice coordination going on with the chants throughout the card, man. Like you said, for a lot of people.
And they showed Max his respect once he shut down their hometown hero.
Yeah, they did, because I mean, Max got on the. As soon as Brian Stan was trying to get over there to Max was like, "No, let Jose talk. Let Jose talk first. This is country."
What is he talking about?
It's
talking about? This not, well, they got contract. They said they got to do that. I want to know that. I'm gonna be asking some questions when we go out to Fight Week out in UFC Las Vegas, 213, 3 weeks. Holla at your boys. We're gonna be on the strip doing it live.
Yeah, it's I don't think it's like a concrete rule, but they want to get the winner first while like the most people are still watching, you know, before they cut off the stream. You know,
okay, because he's like, I can't do that. I'm like, why can't he do that?
Yeah, I think that's just the main thing. Like, they want to get the winner like in front of as many people before they start leaving their parties, changing the channel, whatever have you. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's necessarily like, no, we got to do Max. Like, it has to be Max right now. You know, I don't know. I'm just talking kind of sideways right now. I don't know if that's truth or not, but that's my logical explanation.
My man hyped up on our new Extreme YouTube. Check us out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're live right now on YouTube. Anybody out there? Yeah, we got a couple of watchers right now. What's up, people? So, Max Holloway is the new champ. The Blessed Era, the title of this episode. We're in the Blessed Era right now, man. Max Holloway has starched everybody.
It's going to take a bad person at 145 to get that, man. It's going to take a bad man.
Hey, he's going to get a bad one, too. Frankie Edgar looks like the next in line.
Next Legend Tour, he will be done within 3. I'm going to sound like Connor. 3 or less.
The difference,
I like Frankie. But Frankie's too slow at this stage of the game. It's not 2005 no more.
Frankie's going to provide a whole different level of game plan. Whole different level. Takedowns.
How old is Frankie?
Takedowns.
How old is Frankie?
Look what he just did to one of the hottest, youngest fighters in the game.
Starched
Yair Rodriguez.
I like
absolutely starched him.
Frankie disappointed. The fact that he couldn't do nothing on Aldo and remotely threaten him or anything. I think his best days are behind him, so I predict another stoppage. And Max Holloway, that'd be Mark Holloway, a.k.a. Undertaker.
Right.
Max Holloway, besides the fact that he's got the skills, he got that championship confidence. You can't pretend it. You can't make it up. You either got it or you don't. He got the belt to go with the swag and the skills. That makes him a bad man.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with it, man. But I think the next matchup is going to be intriguing. You know, if it does end up being Frankie Edgar, that's probably the best matchup you can make right now. That's really the only one. Cub Swanson's in line too.
But here's the thing with Cub, and I like him too. He's a great dude. He was up on Fox Sports last night. How can you go from getting submitted by Max Holloway like within 2 years, and you lost to Frankie, to getting a title shot? Like, he needs to fight Jose Aldo if he's home. I think that's the most logical thing for. If he wants a title shot, he got to fight Aldo. But I'm looking right now.
I agree with that.
Chung Sung Jung, I don't know if he's fought him. Holloway's cleaning out the whole top 5, other than Frankie.
Korean Zombie.
Once he beat Frankie, he's almost cleaned out the division without doing any sweeping. Like he cleaned out the division to get the shot, which is crazy. I'm looking at it right now. He's already beat Aldo, victim last night. He beat Ricardo Lamas. He submitted Cub. He submitted Anthony Pettis. He stopped Anthony Pettis on strikes. The only person that's remotely in the top 10 that he hasn't dealt with is Yair Rodriguez. We saw him in Dallas on his ass because he can't wrestle.
True. Very true.
So, yeah, Frankie's definitely the most logical sense. I'm not trying to say he's not deserving of the shot. I'm just trying to say his time has came and gone. His dream of being 2-time division champion, it's over with.
Yeah, I think...
I do hope he's a favorite, though, so I can take somebody money in Vegas. You know me. Your boy goes first. That's my part-time job. If you see me fight week, I will be at the MGM Grand Sportsbooks putting money on that. Please, LeBron, win me a game. Give me two. I need 2 games out of you. I need you to get to game 6 so I can go and take somebody money. It's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that's a different era right now. Shout out to the Warriors.
Warriors in 6, though.
Warriors in 6, man. Like I was hoping that could be a 7-game series.
Oh no.
But it's just for the fact that I want to see Game 7. Like, there's nothing better than Game 7 in NBA. Nothing better. But that is a completely different sport and different conversation.
What's next for Aldo, bro? That's the real question.
I think you already said it, man. I would love to see Aldo face Cub Swanson, man. Yeah. I think that's the next best matchup you can make for both guys right now.
How long do you think he'll be out though? That was, like we just said, that was a brutal ass whooping. You just show the F up in September and say I'm ready to go after that beat down, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
I say November at the earliest for Aldo. That's actually kind of pushing it, I think.
I agree. I like the fact that that Cub Swanson is there, like in the mic though. Like I liked, he did a good job on Fox the other night. But I must say,
he looks so comfortable on camera. Like you can tell, he's a cat that doesn't dress up. He's got that natural swag. But his insight was his analysis was really on point. Yeah,
his analysis was good. I think a couple more, like there's a couple little times where he's kind of like getting a little hiccups here and there. But I mean, that's I think that was his first time doing that, at least on Fox. possibly. I don't know. I could be completely wrong about that, but I don't ever remember seeing him on Fox before. But
we have any fighters looking at that show, man. Please tell these fighters, boxing fighters doing boxing commentary, MMA fighters, please, especially if you look like me and Matt, do not go on national TV and got nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Come on, now we're more educated now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most annoying thing, man.
yeah, that's just bad commentary. If you have to say, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I mean, every other word.
Especially in the interview, that's like not good.
No, it's not good at all. It's not good at all, especially when it's on a Fox broadcast, like a big network like that. You've got to be able to throw your words out there a lot more smoothly in a professional fashion. Cut out the ums, the ands, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, what school did you not go to?
That's true. But I would like to say, like you said, man, obviously Korean Zombie, Chan Sung Jung, he just got hurt, and he was supposed to take, who was he supposed to just fight? I forget who he was paired up with, but, you know, it was Ricardo Lamas. So you could run back Ricardo Lamas and Cub again, I think. You could do that in the meantime. I think Aldo's going to be out for a while. I don't think it's just because of injury, but maybe his pride's hurt. You know, you just lost in Brazil in front of your home crowd. Everybody's expecting you to win.
Because of ego bruise.
They had the custom chants going, you know, dang, and you just get starched. And then Max Holloway gets on the mic, comes into, what did he say?
He said, the blessed era has begun.
No, yeah, the blessed era, but he was like, that's what kings do, go into other kings.
That's what kings do. We go into other people's kingdom and we take what we want. Exactly what he did. I can't say he kicked down the door though, because I think, like I told you, Conor McGregor kicked the door in. He just walked through it and took what he had to take. He went back to his island of white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
We think Mexico the top five. If Aldo was a top 5 fighter in pound for pound, I think you got to put him in the top 5.
Who, Holloway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Right now they got Demetrius, they got they don't got John Jones. So if I was going to put him right now, I would put him 5th.
Let me see here. Let me pull up this.
I put him 6th. I put him ahead of Garbrandt, and I'll put him behind Stipe Miocic.
I can't argue with that, man. I can't. Ever since that fight,
I consider John Jones not in, because John Jones go in. At the end of the day, you can't sit there and not have somebody, regardless of what they done outside the cage. You cannot have them outside the top 5 when top 5 and they ain't got touched inside the cage, because it's about in the cage shit.
Ever since that loss to Conor, the dudes looked like a completely different fighter. From then to now, just starched 11 dudes in a row. Like, I mean, there were a couple of decisions in there. You know, he had a decision against Cole Miller, a decision against Jeremy Stevens, and Ricardo Lamas.
But it's about Jeremy Stevens. So yeah. like let's go to the featherweight division. So I mean, he's beating Aldo, he's beating Lamas, he's beating Swanson, he's beating Pettis, he's beating Stevenson. That's 6 of the top 8 fighters in the world.
Yep, starching everybody. I mean,
I want to see how fought is Yair Rodriguez and Chan Sung Jung.
Yeah, Korean Zombie. If Korean Zombie beats, once he gets healthy again and he comes back, has another impressive performance, I think you can make that matchup within the next year. But that's probably a year away at least. I don't know. It just depends, man. Health issues in this game are crazy at times.
Part of the game. You gotta be able to make the day in the octagon to get the belt.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big thing, man. If you're not healthy, you can't get in there. And if you do get in there healthy, you're putting your whole career at risk, because if you take a loss because you fought injured, which a lot of people actually think Jose Aldo was injured.
Nah, I don't think so. Now,
that's the thing.
I don't know. If you have a source, I don't think so. Now, I will say this: people want to know what happened to Luke Rockhold. I know it's for a fact. Luke Rockhold had basically, I don't know partially, but how much it was torn by his ACL. He shouldn't have fought.
Yeah.
Against Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah. That's a dangerous game.
Here's why how Bisping is very dismissive, and he's not. If you just knock somebody, if I knock you out, I'm gonna fight you again. I know I can knock your ass out. No, so he ain't trying to fight Luke Rockhold again no time soon. No. He'll fight him if he has to, but he don't want to. That's all you need to know right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. The main event was solid, man. Let's move on. Let's talk about this co-main event a little bit. So obviously,
Cordelia, shout out to Cordelia. Come to our show. She's a cute lady, very nice. Love the fact that she's got the English language, and most importantly, she can fight. She added some dimensions to the game. Had not held her own on the ground on the stand up. Got it to her world, and that was a wrap. I felt bad for Carolina. She's a sweet girl too, but you don't got no ground game, baby girl. You gotta work on that ground game.
Claudia Gadelha is the female strawweight version of Joseph Benavidez.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She can beat everybody but the person with that strap.
Exactly. The perennial number runner up is Claudia Gadelha. But so I don't know if you saw it or if you read it yet, but I started a new article on MMA Latest called Mike Momentum, and what I do is I break down the fighters' post-fight interviews in the octagon, and I give them a grade, A+ all the way to F. Nobody got an F last night, at least that I graded. I think the lowest grade I had was a C-, and the C-, Claudia got the C-.
Oh wow, because she didn't call out nobody.
She is, listen, like if you go out there and you start Karolina Kowalkiewicz like you did, you finish her in the first round, rear naked choke, didn't get touched basically in the fight, you were already the number 1 ranked contender, and you take that opportunity to get on the mic and just talk about like all the changes that you're making in your life, which is cool. Like I understand that, but to get a third fight against the champion is super hard. What better time to do it, to make that statement after just making a statement like that against Carolina? Like you gotta say, look, I can beat everybody else in this division. We got to run it back one more time with Joanna. We got to do it.
I see what you're saying, but here's the thing, though. I think she knows she can't beat her right now. She knows she's not ready, so she's not trying to bark off that tree.
But that's kind of contradicting because she just said all these changes I made. It's gonna be effing hard to beat me right now. That was her quote.
But she also said that she thinks she can be anybody in the division but Joanna, and she needs another fight or so.
Yeah, she did. But here's my thing. Like, I can understand if you think, obviously, if you get that third fight and you lose, the fourth fight will never come. That's just not going to happen, right?
But here's the thing, though. I think she's trying to wait her out because if, say, for instance, Joanna goes up and wins at 125 within the next year, she won't have to see her no more.
Yeah, obviously the 125 division is coming.
That's part of the strategy too.
I was going to get to that part.
What happens at 125? See what happens. She knows JJ want that shot. And as much as I like JJ, there's some monsters up for her at 125. I think she can beat some people and embarrass some people, but I think she can get embarrassed too. Because I keep telling you, man, if Juliana Pena drops to 125, that is a wrap.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
She's not that big, man.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
She's not muscular. She don't have a big bottom. She ain't like Holly, like bam, like Holly and Ronda and Kat Zingano. Kat, come on our show. We would love you to come on our show, Kat. Them girls like 160, 165, bro. She's barely pushing like 140.
Have you seen her in person?
Yeah. But
she is not making 125. She's not making 125. She's not.
I think she can do it.
She's not making 125.
She could, though.
Ask her next time you see her. She's not making 125. I can almost guarantee that.
2 weeks ago, she was on Tough Talk.
Oh yeah, what'd she say?
That you told Karen Bryan
that she was making 125.
That she's eager to have an opportunity to drop down to 125.
You got to show me. I don't believe that for a minute.
This ain't no Sideboard Part 2, bro.
You got to show me. You got to show me.
It's a Sideboard Part 2 like it's impossible.
Hey, hey, I will be right there over the scale, looking. Like I got to see that from I got to be there. Like I wouldn't hear anybody through hearsay, no MMA Junkie article saying she made it. No, I want to be there, see her step on the scale, confirm it myself. Like for real. But anyway,
she probably could have done more, but I think she knows. She's been in the octagon with Joanna for 8 rounds, and she's won only 2 of them. And she's won every other round against everybody else in her career. I think she knows that, hey, I'm going to have some special shit if I'm going to beat this chick.
I get it. And that's all well and good. Again, I get it. But my point is, obviously, the only fight that makes sense for you is the third fight with Joanna. That is the only fight that makes sense. And if you say you're not ready for that, then you have to say who I want to fight next. Like you say what? Like I'm cool with it. If you say, you know what, I'm not ready for that third fight with Joanna because I want to make sure when I get that third fight, I'm taking that strap. So in the meantime, Rose Namajunas, where you at?
No.
Jessica Andrade, where you at?
That'd be a good fight. Her and Andrade would be a good fight. I thought they fought before. Did she fight Andrade?
No.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a good fight. Rose is gonna get knocked. Rose is gonna get stopped by JJ, bro.
But that's a fresh matchup, at least. It's a fresh matchup that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Which,
what about Tisha Torres? She like fights once a year.
man, she just got married. She just finished school. She's been living life right now. She's enjoying life right now. She just got her master's degree. Congratulations on that. And yeah, she just got.
Rocky's a very sweet girl. Love me some Raquel Pennington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, one of the nicest ladies in the MMA.
Absolutely. But that's my main gripe, man. Like, obviously, Joanna is the fight, but when you get on the mic and you don't say Rose, you don't say Jessica, you don't say anybody, like, you gotta, like, otherwise you're just kind of like in limbo. Like, everybody knows the third fight's there, but you didn't exactly hype it up like your next potential fight.
But like she said, she basically said nobody else in the division is on her level. But Joanna.
That's fine.
So
I get that.
She feels like whoever they put in front of her, she's gonna smash. Like all week, she said, when I get done beating Carolina on Saturday, then we'll talk about what happens next. She's very confident. So
no, I like her confidence because, like, in any interview you listen to her, like, she's got a little potty mouth on her, Claudia, and you know, we saw that in the Octagon where she's like, it's gonna be effing hard to beat me, right? And I agree with her, but my point is, man, like, if you're gonna get there and you just don't actually call out that next person, or you don't say, you know what, let me starch Rose before I get back in there with Joanna. Like, just put it like that. Just put it blunt real quick or something like that, you know? And then you got fans waiting, like, oh, man, people, like, get Twitter fired up, you know? Get people on Twitter going crazy. Oh, man, Claudia just said she's going to starch Rose. Oh, what? You know? Just build the hype, man. Build the social media hype. Get people interested in the fights. And if you fail to do that in the microphone, like, go read that article, MMA Latest News, for all the listeners and viewers out there. Go check it out.
But tell me this: what woman that can fight is like talking noise to people though? There's no female Conor McGregor running around, other than maybe my girl Cynthia, Miss Calvillo.
Joanna does it.
Yeah, but it's different though. Joanna's trying to bully and intimidate people. She ain't trying to like make a name for herself.
She doesn't need to.
Joanna can fight a bantamweight and we talking shit. That's her. She doesn't count in per se. I'm talking about like I'm trying to let you know who I am. Other than Cynthia Calvillo, to a small extent, not even to a big extent. That's the only person I can even think about that's talking noise.
No, there's
Juliana my girl Juliana talking about noise because basically she said on Tough that she laughed when Shevchenko went for the armbar on her, like ha ha ha, and then I was laughing when I was tapping, like she basically let her cockiness get her, and that's why, because she was winning the fight in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, but you know, Juliana is pretty much the only one that does talk like that. All the other girls, I'm looking at least the top 15 in both divisions, and nobody's really like that.
Yeah, my girl Kat will follow something random with some random website, so you don't know how like the validity of it. And then I'm looking at whatchamacallit at the straw waiters. No, nobody talking noise. Randa Marcos kind of has a little swag to it, but
no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No.
Courtney Casey's very vocal, but she talks about a lot of shit. So she's kind of all over the place.
I like Courtney, man. I do like her. I like her game. She did pop for that stupid ass Texas commission, man. Did you see what happened with that?
What happened?
So the Texas Commission's always doing something stupid. They flagged her for a drug test for her. She had elevated levels of whatever the fuck it was. I forget. But it would not have flagged. Like, if that was a USADA test, she wouldn't have failed it. But because the Texas Commission is like on some archaic system, they were like, oh, that's a little elevated. We're going to ding you for that. And they did that. So they fined her for it, which is stupid as hell. But Texas Commission always does something outlandish, so that's not really a surprise.
Yeah, they are the one that had open scoring in a world championship boxing fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move on to the next fight here. Let's run through the rest of this main card real quick while I got the card here up on the screen.
The Senior Citizen Tour, man. I was in there talking with fans at Hooters while that fight was on. Both those guys need to hang it up and not get hurt while they're ahead of the game. Vito should have used the opportunity to walk off into the sunset. how you get smaller at 40 than you were at 25. If you on the up and up, like my man Junior Dos Santos say, people since you started to come to town, people don't look and fight the same.
Yeah, no superheroes anymore. That was his quote. That was his quote to me. He said there's no superheroes anymore.
Exhibit A, Victoria. If that fight from 3 years ago, Nate Marquardt is in the hospital somewhere in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Possibly, because Nate's been known to juice in the past too. But there's nobody. Well, actually, two guys on this card, Vitor being one, Eric Silva being the other, that are clearly victims of USADA. So
yeah, Eric Silva, he just, to me, it's not even just USADA, just he doesn't fight an intelligent fight.
No.
Like he's like,
well, he's got a limited strike.
He's an action fighter, but he don't got no action chin.
No, that's the thing.
I will say this though, the fight should have not stopped though. Silva still had his wits. Like it was early.
Yeah, it was early. We'll get to that.
His grab of the referee wasn't like whatchamacallit, Alexis Davis on the referee after Ronda had put them hands on her. It wasn't nothing like that.
Yeah, no, it was an early stoppage for sure, absolutely. But with that said, I would rather the stoppage be early rather than late, like we saw with Mario Yamasaki earlier in the evening, where he basically just wanted to see a guy die before he stopped the fight.
Wow.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was. It's essentially what it was.
Who do you think is the best referee? If I was going to go pound for pound, it's about my Big John.
Yeah, Big John or Herb Dean.
Herb Dean's had some errors in some big spots.
He's had it easy.
Big John really, I only count the Weidman thing because Weidman was trying to game the rules. And the rules are so like boom, like that wasn't like a referee call. That was like his like kind of like we'll see, you know. That was very gray, very gray.
Yeah, no, but I'd probably say Big John number one, Herb Dean number two right now, if I'm being honest. But yeah, man, real quick on this fight, man, this Vitor and Nate Marquardt fight. 10 years ago, I would have been all over this fight, man. But it's time for both of them to hang it up. And what I want to touch on is the fact that Vitor stole a decision in Brazil. Because he did not win the first round, did not win the second round at all. Like, that was clearly Nate Marquardt's first and second round. And in the third round, Vitor turned it up. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't watch it hard enough to disagree. What I did see, if I was going to judge, I would give Vitor first and third. He definitely lost the second round.
I'm going to pull up MMA decisions real quick. And I believe most of the media had it for Marquardt, yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah, both of them. Hey, y'all got some beautiful families. Y'all need to go home and be dad and hang the gloves up. You had your time. Time's up.
Yeah.
No sense of getting hurt. We know y'all been about that life. You know, you don't have to do it no more for the ego. You got mad respect.
Yeah. So what it was. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members of the media scored it for Belfort. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for Marquardt.
Gotcha.
So, but that wasn't the biggest robbery of the night, but it was pretty decent robbery. But my main thing is, man, Vitor, obviously, like you said, both of these guys need to hang it up. Vitor said he wants to fight 5 more times, bro. In the UFC, 5 more times. And he said he has good opponents in mind too. Like, what does that even mean right now? What does that even mean? Yeah, good opponents? You gonna match up with Dan Kelly next? Is that the next matchup? Dan Kelly's taking on Derek Brunson in another crazy fight coming up this weekend. Wow, man.
Yeah, the Vitor, like, other than hanging him up, I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah, 5. I get it. I get it that you love the fight, or love to fight rather. I get that it's tough to hang it up, man. But you're rocking the dad bod right now. You just stole a decision in Brazil for being in Brazil, and it's time to hang it up, bro. It's time to hang it up. I mean, I'm being real. It's time to hang it up. Fight before that, man. So you thought your boy Oluwale was gonna do something?
Nah, come on now. When I see you on the scale huffing and puffing, that's not a good look. And then when you hurt the guy in the first round and you let him off the hook, you ask him to get stopped. It was an entertaining fight to say the least because both their holes. Like both these guys think they're elite fighters. They're not. But I will say this: Barcina, I like saying that. Barcina, he definitely has some potential, but he has major cardio issues. That's gonna doom him as he gets going. And then Mamasa, I don't even know what to start with him. Man, when you hurt, please don't be smiling while you running. You need to circle and have a strategy. Once again, somebody that did not have a plan B or C in their life, and he paid the price. He talked all that noise and flexed his muscles. Another thing too, being mad talked about all y'all fans out there. When you looking and breaking down people like, who the hell's this dude? Who is this guy? Conor McGregor. Go to Wikipedia. You pull up his record, and like maybe 4 of the last 5 guys he's fought have a Wikipedia, and he's lost to 2 or 3 of them. That's all you need to know. He ain't ready. That's what I did with him. Cause last man, like, who's this kid? I did a little research. He lost 2 of his 3 fights in the UFC. Now 3 out of 4, and 3 or 4 of them are the ones with Wikipedia pages. He ain't about that life. He going to sit down.
Andreas Hale had the best tweet of the night for me during this fight. He said, Olawale looks like a dude that says, "What's up, cuz?" every time he swings on a dude.
Yeah.
I was rolling so hard when I read that tweet, man. That had me, because it's true. He looks like one of them dudes you find in the hood that's just like, "What's up, cuz? What's up?" And swinging all wild. Because look, his technique is out like, it's crazy. It's crazy, like, how unpolished he is. And he's a guy that's been, like, he's had a few fights in the UFC.
He got that jittery action going on.
But
he's very unorthodox to throw off the opponent. My man John Isaac said, no, he just don't know what the hell he's doing.
But the bigger story is Borchini out here. This guy's an absolute monster, man. He's ran through everybody, man. But the problem is he hasn't been tested. He hasn't been in the deep waters. This is the longest fight of his career right here in the second round. And I mean, you know, that's going to happen, man. When you get guys like we saw with Judo Thunder in the previous card, you get him out of the first round, we don't know what he looks like. You got him in the second round, we saw, okay, a little bit tired out, but the dude's got absolute dynamite in his hands, and he just ends fights quick. So I think if he can continue to develop, man, that's going to be a guy that's going to climb up the division quick. And like you said after the fight, man, he's ready for a top 10. That'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. And you know what? I'm glad I said that. Answer this question for me. Okay, so you know how I talked on a little bit earlier about grading the post-fight interviews, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Now, obviously, some guys don't feel comfortable like calling out a specific name for whatever reason, right? And they think saying, "Oh, I want a top 15 or top 10 opponent" is a good substitute, which I get why, like, okay, you're kind of putting yourself in that range. But if you're going to say, "I want a top 15 next," why are you not just saying a name? Because if you say I want top 15, you're kind of saying I want anybody in the rank number 15 all the way up to number 1. Like, if you say top 15, you might as well just say somebody between 12 and 13 because you know you're not really calling out the champ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, why not call out that name that's ranked 12th through 15th?
Do you really think calling out people really bad has any effect? Because at the end of the day, like Dana White say, I'm the motherfucker making the fights. Like he took my man Demetrius. So does it really matter since you have no say or anything, good or bad, about who you fight or who you don't fight?
No, it's true. It's true. You really don't.
Does he? Whatchamacallit? Who would you like to see him fight?
I mean, at least when you're at that level, it's different for Demetrius, man. Like
yeah,
some guys.
Different for him. I'm saying, who would you like to see? Barcina.
That's a tough one. I mean, like you said, top 15, top 10, right? No, let me see. Let me pull this up here real quick. Man, that's a tough one because he fought Gareth McClellan first in his first fight in the UFC, which was absolute starching, right? Performance of the night, first round TKO in his first fight. Man, who's in the middleweight division that would be a good matchup right now for him? He said he wants top 10. And you know what? I can agree with him on that. I would hate to do this to my man David Branch, who just had a lackluster decision win who was ranked number 10. Put him in there against David Branch. David Branch is a guy who can take you into deep waters. He's a guy, a championship caliber fighter, at least in the World Series of Fighting levels. You know, he's had some bumps in the road in his UFC run. But that's a guy that can outlast those quick fighters that want to get in there and get a finish.
Yeah, but I actually think I'm going to go a little higher. I'm being ambitious. I think Jacare, we just saw him get exposed by youngsters, so we'll see if it'll be easy way to find out, is he at the end of his rope or not. He gave it by 2 youngsters in a row. We know Jacare is done, and then we know we got a new contender in our hand. So you fill out 2 inches at wide at once.
You might have a little bit of a conflict of nationality thing going on there. You know, some Brazilian guys don't like to fight other Brazilian guys, so that could be a thing. But I don't know. I think that's too much of a drop for Jacare. Too much of a drop for Jacare. I think Jacare needs to get another at least top 10 guy next out. You know. But yeah, man. So that was kind of like a little thing I was thinking of when guys were saying that, right? Like if you're gonna say top 15, just say whoever's ranked 15th, because you're not calling out the number 1 guy. So stop saying top 15.
So who got the best score of the night?
Best score of the night was this young man in his UFC debut, Brian Kelleher. Did you hear his post-fight interview?
No.
I'm going to add it in to the actual audio recording of the podcast that you can download on iTunes and on Spreaker out there.
You want to put it in there?
No, I'm not going to play it right now, but I will add it in post-production here. But the dude went absolutely off on the post-fight interview, which was amazing. I'm going to read some of the quotes here. I'll at least read some of the quotes for the live audience here. But yeah, man, he got on the mic. You know, he started off kind of calm. You know, the ooh, vamoreya, ooh, vamoreya. He did that, and then he goes, shh, at the end. And then, of course, the Brazilian crowds, you say anything negative towards the Brazilian crowds, you're not going to be well received. And they got super loud. Like, I think if you can say the cheers, the sound level of the cheers that they had for Jose Aldo during his walkout were probably the exact reverse with the boos here.
True. That's
Yeah.
not good for him.
Yeah, it was up there. And he got on the mic and he was like, hey, Dana, that's number 13 in the world. I just took number 13 out. I want a top 10 guy. I don't want the slow pace. Feed me to the sharks. I'm ready. Nice intensity, right? Nice intensity. And then he said, hey, I'm from Long Island, New York. I know you guys are coming to Long Island in July. I'm not hurt. I'm ready. Put me on the Long Island card. And then he also, man, he just got on the mic, just started yelling like over the boos, man. Loved it. He only got an A. He didn't get an A+ because he did ask for the bonus directly. So you lose a little bit of points for that, man. Don't ask for the money. Don't ever ask for the post-fight bonus.
Why not? Somebody said you, hey, you go knock this dude out right here.
Don't ask for it, bro. Don't ask for the bonus.
Why?
Even Dana said in the past, don't ask for it. Don't ask for it.
Why though? And if them fools paid them, they wouldn't have to ask for nothing.
Nah, don't ask for the money, bro. Don't ask for the money. Don't ask for the bonus.
Man, I don't want them people to get paid.
Nah, get paid. Like, if you go out there and you do what he did, and then you put on you get a good reaction out of the crowd like he did, and you say it with conviction, hey, I just took out number 13. I want top 10. I know what card I want to fight on. That's good enough. You're going to get a bonus off of that, man. You're going to get a bonus off of that. You don't have to say, hey, Dana, 50 G's, baby. Like, that's so played out right now.
But we both know, there's no rhyme or reason. Nobody knows, like, what goes into who picks it or who Dana consults. So it's kind of like, shit, I got nothing to lose. I was kind of whooping this dude's ass. 50 G's, baby.
I hate hearing 50 G's, baby. Like, I think on my ranking system that I'm doing here, I'm going to do these for every card from here on out. If you say 50 G's, baby, that's an automatic D. Like, I'm going to be so harsh on dudes. Like, you can have everything else be perfect, but if you say 50 G's, baby, you're getting a D. That's it. That's it. But yeah, one other fight I want to talk about, man. This one right here. Rafael Assunção.
I think he pulled it out, but that was a very boring fight.
You thought it was boring? Man, this was not a boring fight to me. This was intense, man. Both of these guys are lightning fast, and they can crack and end the fight like that. It just takes one. Like, these dudes can hit hard as hell, boy.
They definitely bringing the heat, but Dos Santos controlled the pace and fought at a slow pace.
Who?
I'm Dos Santos. It's too late, man. Boy, you say Alonso, they take the pace for most of the fight, other than the first round.
I disagree. Strongly disagree. Strongly disagree.
But
And
the
as a
second
matter of
round,
fact,
he won the third, to me, clearly the third, but the second and the first was up for grabs. It
Yes.
could win either way. It could win 28-20. It wasn't an egregious decision. It wasn't a robbery.
it was a robbery, bro. Let me go to MMA decisions again for you. How many people scored it from Moraes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Those 15 people right there had it 29-28 for Moraes. There was 2 people who had it 30-27 for Moraes, which I don't agree with. I thought he lost the third round too. One person scored it for Hassan Shao. That was horrendous judging, man. It was horrendous judging. Horrendous judging. And I can't say it was like a hometown decision because they're both Brazilian, so that's really not the case there. But it was just a bad decision, man. Everybody on Twitter was blowing up like that's the wrong fighter who won right there. So that's just not a good look for me, man. Bad decisions down in Brazil happen. Absolutely. But overall, man, the fight card UFC 212 was pretty damn dope from the beginning to the end. There was 9 finishes out of the 12 fights total. So a lot of dead air on the FS1 at times, but
Medeiros, that was a good fight too.
Medeiros and Eric Silva.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Like you said, Eric Silva, man, there's not much depth to his game. Like he's gonna try to go out there and knock your head off quick, and if he doesn't do that, you're probably gonna win.
He don't got plan B in his life.
Yeah, there's no plan B, C, or D with him. Plan A is I'm going to try to knock your head off. I'm going to play a little bit of a somewhat patient game, and then I'm going to start blitzing. And then that's it. And, yeah, that's where we're at. Eric Silva's, man, another victim of USADA, like I said earlier. He's just not looked the same. He's just not looked the same whatsoever. No, not at all. But UFC 212, like I said, good card. This one coming up, let's preview this real quick right here. Boom! The big boys.
Black Beast.
The big boys coming down.
I think Black Beast will find a way to win because Mark Hunt's coming back way too quick after getting knocked out. He should take off a few more months.
I agree with you. 100%. But this is one of those fights that's kind of scary for me because both guys...
That one hit a quitter pounder.
One hit a quitter times 3, boy. I'm talking like Roy Nelson.
Like this. He's like, what happened?
The shots that Roy Nelson took, like I still don't understand what Roy Nelson's chin is made out of, but Derek Lewis hit him with some hard shots, boy. Like didn't put him out. Derek Lewis, he may find himself in the same spot here.
You got the baby face down. You like that was him.
It's crazy, but I think, obviously both fighters, like I said, can end the fight at any moment with their fist. There's no questions about what type of fight this is going to be because neither guy has a ground game. Neither guy shoots for takedowns. I mean, we've kind of see...
When you see somebody just shooting, they're in trouble.
Exactly. So this is going to be fist flying, somebody's getting clocked, and somebody's going night-night. So that's what's going to be exciting about this fight coming up on Saturday. Derek Brunson, Daniel Kelly is a thing that's happening.
I think Derek Brunson, we'll see how they do. I think Derek Brunson should get rid of him.
I don't know, man. I thought Rashad Evans was going to get Daniel Kelly out there.
He's like a real life Steven Regal. His little plotty self. All you gotta do, it's easy. I don't know why they didn't want the people watch the damn fights. Rashad didn't watch the damn fight because all Rashad do is push the pace on him. His cardio was nowhere near his. He's sitting there.
Man, Dan Kelly, he's been surprising people, man. He's been surprising people. He get out there and take Rashad Evans out. Man, that was impressive to me. I did not see that coming whatsoever. But this is a tough one, man. Derek Brunson, who just lost to Anderson Silva, somewhat, maybe, possibly he lost. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But what happened in boxing this past week, man? I know there wasn't too much going on.
Dallas Stevenson put them hands on Antonio Fonfara. You know it's bad when the trainer stops the fight in the second round. That was how much he was getting his ass beat. He had no answer for that left hook and takes that canvas once again. pretty easy work. And then on the undercard, John Vasquez, his good times have followed past him by he's not the same fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Once again, it's a young man's game. He's trying to fight 30-year-olds. He's 37, 38. Not gonna work out for you.
Yeah, it's really not, man. It's not. I'm still not thinking it's an age thing with Aldo. You know, you said that earlier, but I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to get back into that. But what else is coming up in boxing? I know we got, obviously the next biggest fight is Kovalev Ward.
Maybe you won, maybe after. You know, that was the craziest fight in 2016. A lot of people had Kovalev winning. I had Ward winning because he was down by 2 on my scorecard. And he had to win the last 6 rounds, and he got the damn job done. To the dismay of many people.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Anything else notable in between that, though?
No, that's in 2 weeks. That'll be the next big fight in boxing.
Okay. So we just gonna be talking.
Mikey Garcia, one of the Mexican up-and-coming stars, he had signed a contract to fight Adrian Broner July 29th on Showtime. That'll be a good fight. Broner, 5-time division champion. People think, like, because he's a clown that he can't fight. The Butler actually can't fight. He's just a clown. So the way to put it.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, like if you keep going out there and getting the job done, but like you said, like he clowns way too much. Nobody takes him serious.
No, zero, nobody does.
But I mean,
he's not about that life.
No. Is there any? I saw one other headline that came across. Man, what was it? Wow, this is great podcasting right here. I should have put this in the notes, but I'm sorry I did not. Never mind, man. Never mind. I'm sorry.
You got episode of Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. I get that.
Sometimes you don't even remember.
I get that from time to time, man. It's a real thing. No, yeah, damn. I'm drawing a blank. Apologize for all our listeners out there.
For breaks on who?
Oh, man. I can't think. I'm trying to pull it up. There it goes. Yeah, Miguel Cotto. That was the one I was going to ask you about. How significant is this little piece of news right here? Miguel Cotto signing with Golden Boy.
Yeah, that's a big deal. He's going to go at the end in his in his career with Golden Boy Promotions. He got out of the Jay-Z label, aka Rock Nation, and the promoter of Ward Kovalev 2, with Ward being the A side.
Okay.
They just said he didn't keep him active enough. You can't be 36 no matter what you've done in the past. Stay with these young guys when you're not staying active.
Yeah.
That could work out for you.
Yeah.
Until you look like Jose Aldo. What happened?
Dang. Heartbreaking, man. Heartbreaking loss for Jose Aldo.
I didn't see. I guess because I had no attachment to him. Like, he's a great fighter. He's a Hall of Famer or whatever. But his time's up.
I mean, obviously it is, man. We're in the blessed era. Man. That's where we're at. The belt's going back to Hawaii, baby. UFC Hawaii set it up, Dana White.
Man, we going to that. We do. I'm find a way out there, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely hopping on the plane for UFC Hawaii when that does go down. I mean, it's kind of hard to deny the man. He's been calling for it for a while. He's got the strap now. Make it happen. They haven't been to Hawaii. Like, Hawaii's got a lot of fight fans down there.
You been to Hawaii?
I have not been to Hawaii.
I
have not been to Hawaii. That would be an awesome trip to make for sure, especially considering UFC would be on the books too. So that would be an awesome trip to make. Any other things we want to touch on before we get out of here, man? Our first YouTube live stream. I don't know what I just did that with my hands. I don't know. It's late.
It's late. Yeah.
It's late. We're trying to
fall asleep by watching LeBron lose, get his ass beat again.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other things we want to touch on, man, before we get out of here? I think we pretty much covered all the UFC 212.
The people, when you watch these fights, remember, speed kills. This is a young man's game, and if you lacking holes, when you get to that championship level, you will be exposed by somebody, and it might not work out for you.
Hey, that's a good way to shut it down right there. This has been the Slipping Dead Podcast, episode number 7. The blessed era. We're in it, baby. Soak it in. Soak it in, man. Soak it in. I'm going to go get out of here. I'm going to catch up on a little bit of WWE action. But that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. Give us some feedback on Twitter. Hit me up, Mr. M. Wells Arts. On Twitter at Kendrick Johnson.
KNDRCK JOHNSO, no N.
There we go. Peace.